In the golden halls of Asgard, where laughter and song once echoed endlessly, there lived a god whose light warmed even the coldest of hearts. His name was Balder, son of Odin and Frigg, the fairest and kindest among the gods. Balder's face shone like sunlight on snow. His words brought peace where anger dwelled, and even the fiercest warriors softened in his presence. He was loved by gods and men alike, the very embodiment of purity and hope. But in the halls of fate, no light shines forever, for Balder began to dream of death. Each night he saw shadows creeping toward him, dark omens of his own end. The gods grew fearful, and his mother Frigg trembled with dread. Determined to save her son, Frigg set forth across all the 9 worlds. She went to fire and water, to iron and stone, to every beast, tree, and disease. To each she pleaded, "Swear you will never harm Balder, the Shining One," and all swore the oath. When she returned, the gods rejoiced. Balder was now safe, invulnerable to all harm. To celebrate, they turned his invincibility into a game. In the great courtyard of Asgard, they gathered to throw stones, spears, and even axes at him. And every weapon fell harmlessly aside. The gods laughed. The air rang with joy, all except one. Loki, the trickster, watched from the shadows, his smile thin, his eyes cold with envy. Disguising himself as an old woman, Loki went to Frigg's hall in Fensalir, where the goddess sat spinning gold threads. "Tell me, lady," he said softly, "is it true that all things have sworn to never harm your son?" Frigg, weary and unsuspecting, smiled. "All things, yes, except one. The mistletoe. It seemed too young, too small to ask." An oath of Loki's eyes gleamed with wicked delight. He left her hall in silence and went into the dark forest, where he found the plant, a simple pale green sprig of mistletoe clinging to an oak. He plucked it carefully, shaping it into a slender dart. What was light and harmless now carried the weight of doom. In the courtyard once more, the gods laughed and hurled their weapons at Balder, who stood radiant and unharmed. Among them stood Hoder, Balder's blind twin brother, silent, unable to join the game. Loki approached him, voice smooth as silk. "Why do you not honor your brother, Hoder?" Hoder sighed. "I cannot see him, nor do I have a weapon." Loki smiled. "Then take mine. I will guide your aim." He placed the dart of mistletoe in Hoder's hand and helped him throw. The dart flew, small, swift, and silent. It struck Balder in the chest, and the god of light fell. The laughter died. The world grew still. The gods stood frozen, unable to believe what they had seen, until Frigg's cry shattered the silence. Never before had there been sorrow in Asgard like this. Even the stones seemed to weep. Odin bowed his head, for though he knew all things, even he could not stop fate. Frigg fell upon her son's body, her tears soaking the ground like rain. "Who among the gods," she cried, "will ride to hell and beg for my son's return?" The gods were silent, until one stepped forward, Hermod the Bold, Odin's swift son. "I will ride, mother," he said. "I will not rest until I find him." Odin blessed him and gave him Sleipnir, his 8-legged steed. Hermod rode for 9 nights through dark valleys, across rivers of shadow, until he reached the gates of Helheim, the realm of the dead. Hel, the pale daughter of Loki, sat upon her throne of bones, her half-dead face calm and cold. Hermod bowed. "I come from Asgard. Balder, the Shining One, is dead. The gods and all creatures mourn him. I beg you, let him return." Hel was silent for a long moment, then said, "If all things in the world weep for him, he shall return to life. But if even one refuses, he shall remain here forever." Hermod thanked her and returned to Asgard with the message. Frigg sent messengers across the 9 realms, and all things wept for Balder. The sky rained endlessly, the earth grew damp with sorrow. Men, beasts, stones, and trees shed tears for the fallen god. All but one. In a cave sat an old giantess named Thuk, who refused to weep. "Let Hel keep what she has received," she said coldly. But it was Loki, again in disguise. Because of him, Balder could not return. The gods raged and Loki fled, hiding in the mountains beneath waterfalls and stones. But no one escapes the All-Father's wrath forever. When at last they found him, they bound him with chains made from the entrails of his own son, and a serpent dripped venom upon his face, and there he remained, until Ragnarok. In the center of Asgard stood Baldur's pyre upon his great ship, Hringhorni. The flames rose high, reflected in every tear, every broken heart. Odin placed a ring upon his son's chest. Draupnir, the ring that multiplies itself every 9 nights, as a gift for the next world. As the ship burned and drifted out to sea, even the waves seemed to cry, for Baldur was gone, and with him the light of the gods began to fade. But prophecy whispered that one day, after Ragnarok, Baldur would return, and in the new world he would rule in peace, where no shadow would ever fall again. And so, the gods of Asgard mourned the brightest among them. But fate was not yet done with Baldur. Would you welcome him back after Ragnarok? Or do some lights burn too bright to last? Subscribe to not miss the next legend from the halls of the gods.